Welcome to London's King's Cross Station, home to platform 9 3/4, where you can stand in an endless line waiting for a photo op, and apparently only the 17th busiest train station in all of Britain in 2024, which is remarkable given it always manages to feel so chaotic. Luckily for us today, we are travelling first class with LNER, which means we get to seek refuge in their first class lounge. Ooh, we get our own little secret entrance. Through you go.
Thank you, sir.
And it let me through too. Platform 8. This one. Oh, right here.
That was nice and easy.
That is nice and easy, okay. That's a plus for the lounge.
It's quite nice to be able to talk quite loudly again.
Yeah, it was really deafeningly silent in that lounge. It needs like some background music or something.
Yeah, I mean, I've stocked up on my snacks, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, stocked up on snacks, stocked up on coffee. The coffee wasn't the best, to be fair, but I've also had worse. I do appreciate a nice cool place to sit and just relax away from the hustle and bustle though, but it's time for the main event now because we're coach L. One negative is that first class is all the way down that end and we're walking against the crowds that are all going standard class the other way.
I won't say what I was about to say then.
Cattle class? Is that what you were about to say?
No.
Hey, look, we've paid for a first class experience. We're allowed to be snobs for the day. Welcome to first class. Don't get used to it.
It's never going to happen again. What are we? What size?
These two.
Yeah.
We chose seats L3 and 4. Two forward-facing seats together with plenty of legroom, no seats behind us and a full-length table. There's a little hook for earphones, a hook for a jacket, and if it's sunny, a blind to pull down. You can also recline the seat to take a nap. Well, we have been on this train a total of 9 minutes.
We've already got drinks,
Pepsi Max,
water,
more water,
snacks, put our order in for food.
You've got your little bag of poppadoms to go with your curry. You've ordered a curry.
I've gone for a vegetarian curry. I don't normally go for that, but I fancy a curry. So.
And I ordered salmon. Possibly going to be the poshest thing I've ever eaten on a train. 10 minutes in. And it's looking good.
Still got 3 hours to go, so we'll see. Well, mine came out pretty quick before Jason's, but it doesn't look too bad. I'm quite looking forward to trying this one. It smells pretty good. Although I'm really looking forward to these as well.
Well, I've had to sit and watch Josh demolish his curry, which has been torture. Although I did try a bit, and it was actually very tasty. Very good. However, my salmon has now arrived. Look at that. Salmon, bechamel sauce. Bechamel? Hollandaise sauce. Some potatoes, some broccoli. Who am I eating salmon on a train? With real cutlery, nonetheless. Well, no sooner than we finished our dinner. Coffee. Cheers.
Cheers, don't spill it down.
First class experience. It is a bit of a challenge because we are moving quite a lot. Let's put that safely back down there. And some little shortbread biscuits. That is about the third packet of shortbread biscuits you've had between the lounge and the train now.
I was about to say I've got about 3 in the bag. Well, they're included.
Are you counting up how much this would have cost you to see if it's worth it?
No, maybe.
This coffee is 10 times better than the coffee in the lounge, which tasted like water. This is much stronger, although much more challenging to drink and not wear, as you can probably tell. And we haven't even finished the coffee, and dessert is coming round. Josh has gone for the orange and lemon dessert pot, and I'm waiting for a cheese plate.
I told her I'm easily pleased. Oh, that's very thick, very sharp. Nice though.
And my cheese plate is here with oat cakes, grapes, 2 massive lumps of cheese, chutney, butter, I hate to break it to you, but I think I've made the best choices this whole train journey so far.
I was about to say, I mean, my curry was really nice, and this is really nice, but I've tried both of Jason's, and I'm very jealous.
I thought I had poppadom envy, but no, you ended up with salmon envy and cheese plate envy.
It's fine, we'll just have to do it again.
Now, if you're wondering what other food options we could have chosen from, there is a barbecue chicken crock, a caprese wrap, a ploughman's grazing box, a meze hummus and rainbow veg grain bowl, and then they do actually have a child's option as well. But I'm gonna say, if the salmon is on the menu, get the salmon. It's exquisite. I'm using big posh words because I'm first class. What? And I've also just noticed as well, if you're on a morning train, you can get a full English breakfast or waffles with maple syrup. We need to do a morning train. So to recap, that's Pepsi Max, water, crisps, biscuits, coffee, a main meal and dessert, all before we were pulling into Doncaster, about halfway in our 3-hour journey. So now we've just left York, and I think it's time for some more.
This is intense.
And this is a lager, apparently from Harrogate. And it's gluten-free. Means it's got no calories, right?
No. One more stop to go.
11 minutes to go. We're running a minute late. That means we've got an extra minute of first class for free.
I like that. I like this.
We love a bargain.
Do you know what? We bought music. We didn't bring music with us. We brought our headphones with us because we thought we'd be.
Hello, and welcome on board this LNER Azuma to Edinburgh Waverley.
Anyway, we brought our headphones with us because we thought we would be just listening.
At Newcastle, Alnmouth, and Edinburgh Waverley.
Excellent. We brought our headphones with us because we thought we were just going to listen to music and not talk to each other.
The next station will be Newcastle.
We get it.
CCTV is in operation on this service. We'll sort it.
See it, say it, sorted.
We catch too many trains. Anyway, we're nearly in Newcastle.
What he was going to say is, we bought headphones to listen to music, because that's what we'd normally do on a train.
Yep.
But we haven't at all listened to music because we just haven't needed to.
No, it's
been the quickest
3-hour journey.
Yeah, what? Yeah, 3 hours. 3 hours, 11 minutes?
Something like that.
On a train, I think I've ever spent. Well, goodbye first class life. It was fun while it lasted.
Time to go back to reality.
You know when you normally get off a long train journey and you can't wait to have a stretch and stretch your legs and everything? This time I could have quite happily stayed on that for another hour or two to Edinburgh.
There was points where I was getting ripped. That wasn't me. Where I was actually getting quite sleepy. I was like,
Could have had a nap, especially after that lager. Anyway, we've got a hotel to find. This is us. Motel One. I can see flags.
I would have just carried on
Just don't know how we get in yet.
I don't know.
Now, a lot of people always ask us where we're staying when we go to cities, so we thought we'd show you the room quickly. Obviously, you know we're staying at the Motel One in Newcastle City Centre. Let's have a quick whistle-stop tour of the room, and then we will unpack what we think about our first-class experience.
Let's do that.
Most important thing, nice, big, comfy-looking bed.
Good night. This feels weird.
Why?
Because the floor feels like plastic, but it bows down.
That's so the water runs into it.
Well, yeah, into a drain. There's a drain. It's just weird. I've never been in a shower like that. There's loads of room. I'm going to have to lift that up. There we go. Perfect for a lanky person like me.
Sink. Nice big mirror. Perfect for a tart like you.
Yeah, nice big mirror there. Look at yourself while you're having a wee.
And that's pretty much it. There's a tiny little desk and a seat and stuff. But the downstairs area looks really nice. The bar area and everything looks really nice. So we might go and sit and have a drink down there later.
Yeah.
And just chill out.
Yeah,
because
sounds good.
we haven't had enough food and drink yet.
Although we did pass Wendy's and I was a bit like, oh, I could do with a what they called? Baconator and a Frosty.
Anyway, let's talk about our first class experience. So, our first ever first class experience on a UK train.
Yep.
Let's start with the lounge. I don't know why I said it like that.
I don't know.
Bit of dramatics, you know?
I would say out of this whole experience, the lounge was my least favourite part.
Yeah, it was a little underwhelming. It's a nice space to go and chill out away from the hustle and bustle of King's Cross, because it can be totally chaotic in there.
Yep.
It was air conditioned.
Yep.
There were some comfy seats in there. It wasn't the cleanest.
No, I thought that.
There was space to work if you got a laptop, to charge your devices. There was a coffee machine. The coffee was terrible.
Oh, it was very watery, wasn't
Oh,
it?
it was awful. It had no flavour whatsoever, but they had juices and they had bottles of water
They
and stuff.
did, and they had snacks, which I took a couple of and put them in my bag.
Crisps and biscuits, the same as what we got on the train actually. Cool. But I think the main selling point for that lounge is you're just out the way. You can go into the lounge 2 hours before your train departure, Monday to Thursday, or an hour before at the weekend. Anyway, that's not really what we've done the first class experience for, so it's a bit of an added bonus. The actual first class experience itself, we chose 2 seats together that just had a big tray table along the front, and we had nobody sitting behind us because the luggage racks were there.
Yep.
I think I enjoyed that because, full disclosure, we're doing this experience just a few days after I took a Lumo train all the way to Edinburgh. And if you don't know what a Lumo train is, it's basically the Ryanair of train travel. It was horrendous. I was jammed into the window next to somebody I didn't know, sleeping next to me, snoring. It was hot, it was packed, there was people fighting with their luggage, there was kids kicking the back of my chair. It was the worst train experience I've ever had in my life. So I may be seeing this through rose-tinted glasses a little bit, this first class experience, because I very much appreciated the space, the comfort, and everything that went with the chairs.
They would not let you go hungry. They were feeding you, they were giving you drinks. I mean, I was happy.
We've eaten and drunk so much, whether you want hot drinks, cold drinks,
Yep.
snacks, full meal, they are constantly coming around.
We took everything they offered to us.
That salmon though, I'm going to have dreams about that salmon tonight. I did not expect food like that on a train. Also, we were moving around quite a lot, and like our bottles of water and everything were sliding around. I don't know how there's a chef on that train cooking food like that without falling over, setting himself on fire, because I definitely would.
Fair.
Of course, he went to the toilet.
I went to the toilet about 6 times because I have a bladder like a pea.
I didn't go at all because I have a bladder like a camel apparently. So,
Fair.
were they like normal train toilets?
I mean, they were just... I mean, they had a big mirror, 2 big mirrors.
So they were bigger than normal train toilets?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
the only
bougie train toilets.
The only thing I don't
this.
like is one of those electric doors that shut. Even though you've pressed the button to say lock, you always worry it's going to open.
But yeah, overall, a really enjoyable, really comfortable, long-distance train journey. I could have quite happily stayed on that for another couple of hours and been quite comfy.
Did not feel like over 3 hours at all.
The time just flew by.
Yep.
And the only thing I will say is the initial service happened so fast, there was no gaps in between anything.
Nope.
So it's like, here's a bag of crisps, here's a cold drink, here's a bottle of water, here's a coffee, here's a biscuit to go with your coffee. What do you want for your main course? Here's your main course. Do you want your dessert now? Do you want another drink? And it was like, within the space of an hour and a half,
Yep.
I think we probably had like the service that could have been spread over the whole train journey and we'd have been fine with it. So
We've been fed more than we did on a 9-hour flight to America.
yes, although we took the crisps and the biscuits and a bottle of water and popped them in our bag, so we've still got them.
Room snacks.
The downside for us now is in 2 days' time we've got to get a train from Durham back to London.
Boo. Boo.
And we've got to go back to standard class. Our first class experience is over.
We're used to it anyway, it's fine.
Or have we? We're going back first class.
Are we?
We are. He didn't know this.
I literally said on the plane, I said,
On the plane?
oh my God. I even said on the train, can we do this on the way back? He went, calm down.
We're doing it on the way back. Simply because there was no standard class seats left on the train that I wanted to get back. So we would have had to have got the train after, and doing first class on the train I actually wanted to get home was only £40 dearer than doing standard class on the other one. And the 2 seats that I really wanted us to sit in weren't available on today's train. They are available on our way back. So we will see you there in a couple of days' time, because I want to show you the different experience when we're sitting in a different setting. And we're going to try some different food as well.
I might get the salmon.
You better hope they've still got it. We'll see you in a couple of days, which will be about 2 seconds for you.
What? First class? Who are we?
Who are we? Welcome to Durham train station. Unfortunately, there is no first class lounge here. However, there is a cute little waiting room that is from a bygone era, but it's a little too warm for us to sit in there today, so we're just waiting on the platform. That wasn't our train, but it should be here soon. Are you looking forward to another stint in first class?
I think considering it's been quite warm today, we've been carrying around heavy bags, and I'm tired and I've hurt my back. Yes, I am looking forward to this.
Which makes this a really good time to mention that if you're not already, drop down below, hit the subscribe button, because we've got videos coming up from both Newcastle and Durham, and you also get to join us on any future adventures, whether they're first class or
Steerage.
no class. It's probably more likely for us. We sat in seats K8 and 9 for our return, 2 individual seats facing each other with a table in the middle. We only had the deli rather than the full dine service, so Josh didn't get the salmon. Instead, he opted for this ploughman's grazing box, whereas I went for the barbecue chicken crock. As you can see, they still weren't going to let us go hungry, and we got all the same drink and snack services that we did on our outbound journey. So, how has your first class experience been on the way home?
I think, personal preference, I preferred it on the way, purely because of the people.
Just to clarify, we had a very loud Scotsman behind us. He was swearing and talking, burping all of the way to Peterborough. We get the last hour in peace.
I like facing you, but I preferred being sat side by side purely because of I've got long legs. So, I don't know.
So yeah, in a strange twist of events, the 2 seats that we thought we wanted actually were our least favourite, and we preferred the setup on the LNER train on the way to Newcastle.
But we had 2 different kinds of foods. We had a cooked meal, and we also had, well, I had a cold meal. Oh, and another thing I will mention, the toilets on the way were a lot cleaner and a lot bigger, whereas this one was very narrow and very tight, so I was a bit like, whoa.
Also, on the way back, we've got head pillow things. I like them.
I don't like them purely because it makes me feel like I'm sat forward, and I don't know, I'm just fussy. I'm very fussy with my pillows at home, so I preferred with without. Probably could take it off actually, to be fair. I didn't even try that.
So I guess as we race into London's King's Cross, our first class experience is now definitely over.